Hey everybody, Sean from Movie Assault here, and it's time once again for another video. It's another Sunday, so it's time for a movie review. And this time around, it is Weapons from 2025 that I'll be reviewing. This was a theatrical movie that I went to see. It took a little while to see it. I wanted to see it right when it came out, but one thing led to another, and I didn't get a chance to go see it. But I finally did. You might be wondering, well, why the hell are you bothering to review it now? It's going to be out on video. It's actually coming out on digital this coming Tuesday, September 9th, and then it'll be on Blu-ray on October 14th. So I figured, what the hell, if you haven't seen it and you want to see it on digital, you might want to check out a review, so I'll post my review. But I am glad I did see it in the theater. This is a movie that was worth seeing in the theater, I'll tell you that much right off the top. This was written and directed by Zach Cregger, who you may or may not know was responsible for 2022's Barbarian, and a lot of people were anticipating this movie as a result of that. I was not, because I never got a chance to see Barbarian still. One, because it's not out on physical media yet, and two, I just never got a chance to see it. So a lot of people were wanting to see it because of that, because Barbarian was pretty widely acclaimed by the horror community. I was looking forward to it simply on the strength of the trailer, which I thought was amazing. And then when I heard the cast included people like Julia Garner, Josh Brolin, Aiden Ehrenreich, I was like, okay, I really want to see this. And the trailer itself just looked like a really cool concept. It was mysterious enough that I didn't know exactly what it was about, but it was intriguing enough to get my ass to go to the theater eventually. I'll give you a real quick synopsis of the movie, because this is a movie best to see going in blind. I'll tell you what I know from the trailer, or what I learned from the trailer, which is what I knew going into the movie, which was a third grade classroom of kids. All of them disappear in the middle of the night. They just walk out of their house at 2:17 a.m. and all of them except one disappear, and everybody seems to blame the teacher, what went on in this classroom. And the teacher is Julia Garner, and she has no idea what's going on either. So that the people of the community are trying to put together the pieces of this puzzle. What the hell happened to these kids? And, you know, if you've got a Ring cam or a camera on the side of your house, the people in the community got some footage of the kids running out of their house, and they were running with their arms out like they were airplanes or something, and running down the street to somewhere, and they just vanished. And that's it. That's the plot. And the movie is, of course, these people trying to figure out what the hell happened. And this one kid that's left, his name is Alex. He's played by Kerry Christopher. He is really traumatized, and he doesn't seem to want to talk about it either. And because of, you know, legalities and whatever, and, you know, they don't want to traumatize him any further. They don't want to hound him about it too much. So the school is trying to protect him, and his, his principal is trying to protect him from his teacher asking him too many questions and stuff. So it's very unique. And that's all I'll say about the plot. The opening half of this movie is really gripping. It starts off a little slow because it jumps right into the kids are disappeared. I mean, that happens right at the beginning. I mean, there's a narrator, which sounds like a little girl, and she's talking about how this is based on a true story and it really happened, but nobody wants to talk about it. And it tells the story of how the kids disappeared and what happened, and kind of shows them disappearing. And then you get to see the perspective from each of the different characters, from Julia Garner, who plays Justine, Josh Brolin, who plays Archer, Paul, played by Alden Ehrenreich. There's some other people in the town that you see from their perspectives as well. And each of them have a little piece of the puzzle. But the way it's built up, it's so intricately detailed, and it's very meticulous of the way it shapes the events, and you can see the events from different perspectives in the story. It's really cool, and it really leads you to believe that this could be anything. This movie could go anywhere. And at about the halfway point, comes the reveal. And I'm not going to say what that is, obviously, but what I'll say is when it happens, I was a little bit disappointed because I thought this movie was going to take me in one direction that I'd never gone before, and it didn't. It was a little more conventional than I was hoping, but it was still a lot of fun. So I don't want to put too much of a damper on my review and make it sound like, oh, this movie's bad. It's not. It's just that the beginning of the movie had so much promise and so much potential that I thought, oh man, this is going to be completely like something I've never seen before. And it's not, but it's still unique and it's still very cool. And I have to praise the movie's writing and the directing, the special effects, especially the musical score, or sometimes the lack thereof. The humor, there's sometimes humor at inappropriate but awkward but welcome times where you want to laugh and something happens and you do laugh, and it probably, if you were in the situation that's happening, laughing would probably not be the appropriate thing to do, but the crowd, it's sort of a release. It's funny. And that makes it endearing. So I really enjoyed myself at Weapons. I didn't enjoy it as much as some people did, because I think I was led to believe it would be something greater than it ended up being, but it's still really good and it's still really worth seeing. If you can still make it to the theater, definitely see it in a theater, because it's worth seeing with a big crowd of people. As all horror films really are. If you can see them with a lot of people, that's the best way to see a film. But if you can't, wait a couple days. It's going to be on digital. It'll be on Blu-ray in a month, and definitely see it there. So I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Like I said, the special effects are great. There's I would say a fair amount of gore. I don't want to say too much else about it, other than it is a lot of fun. Great sense of humor, and I got to say the score is really cool. So I'm glad I went to see it. I now want to see Barbarian quite a bit more than I wanted to before, just because I can see what this guy, Zach Cregger, can do. So I'm really interested to see what he did before that made people want to see this movie, and kind of see a little bit more of what he got up his sleeve. So there you go. That's my review of Weapons from 2025. My next review next Sunday is also going to be a theatrical release. It's going to be The Long Walk, which is based on a Stephen King, I believe a Stephen King short story. And we are going to have on Talking Movies with Sean, Kenny, and Jim coming up this coming Tuesday, the same day that Weapons hits on digital. We will be having a special show or a special episode where we will be talking about the movies that have been made from the works of Stephen King in honor of the release of The Long Walk on September 12th. So if you would want to join in on the chat, come right back here to this channel, click the live tab at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. Pacific Time, and that'll be on Tuesday, September 9th, and we will be here. And if you can't make it, the replay will always be available either here, or if you want to listen to it, it's on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, YouTube Music, the works. So there you go. Long story short, that's my review of Weapons, 7 out of 10. And I hope you get a chance to see it. So thanks for watching. Take it easy.